Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Orem High School basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. We've got a huge showdown in Region 7 for you tonight as the top two teams in the region go toe-to-toe for the second time this season. The third-ranked Timpview Thunderbirds taking on the second-ranked Orem Tigers. A pleasant Friday evening to you all. So glad you guys can kick off your weekend with high school basketball here on KSL Sports Rewind. My name is Matt Coma, joining you here tonight. As you see the Timpview Thunderbirds being introduced on the floor tonight. Coming in tonight, as you mentioned, the third-ranked team in the RPI in the 5A classification. Tonight, 16-4 on the season, 6-1 in region play, trailing only the Orem Tigers in the stat category in the region. As it's time to announce the Orem starting lineup tonight. Of course, these two teams met a couple weeks ago. It was a win for the Tigers. Timpview dominated the first two quarters of that contest, had a 15-point lead in the third quarter before falling to the Tigers. The Tigers were able to rally back, take the lead at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and went on to win by a final score of 63-55. We're expecting, it is a packed house here tonight. It is loud. We're expecting a great rematch between the top two teams in Region 7, two of the top three teams in the state, and two of the top 50 teams in the country overall. Between these two schools, we'll see here tonight. Starting lineups look like this for the visiting Timpview Thunderbirds. It'll be Isaac Naliai, Dean Ruker, Will Openshaw, Jackson Palmer, and Callan Tolstrup. The starting five for the Thunderbirds. For the home team, Orem Tigers, it'll be Jax Allen, Riker Mickelson, Chance Dastrup, Trey Hyatt, and Chamberlain Burgess. As you see the Tigers still being announced here. The Tigers coming into tonight's contest, 17-3 on the season, a perfect 13-0 against in-state opponents this season. Looking to stay perfect both in the region and overall here tonight. I mentioned a packed house here tonight. It is loud. There is not an empty seat around. You'll see the students to our left here. They'll be partially blocking the court here on our left-hand side, but we'll try to give you as much of the screen as we can here tonight, as we expect a fun one here between Timpview and Orem. Orem winning the last game. Timpview had won the previous two, winning the regular season finale last year and the meeting in the quarterfinals last season in the 5A bracket. As we're moments away from tip-off here tonight, Timpview's in the black uniforms moving right to left. Orem in the home whites moving left to right as we are underway. And right off the bat, it's possessed by the Thunderbirds. Isa Nalier, one of the top scorers for this Timpview Thunderbird squad. Kicks it out in the corner. Quick three there is good. And the first three of the night goes to Colin Tolstrup. Timpview, of course, dominated the first half between these two schools back on January 17th when these two teams met down in Provo. Orem trying to get an answer. Tip ball comes to Jax Allen down low. Hit swatted away by Ruker. Openshaw with a block, and a jump ball is called. With 7:23 to go here in our opening quarter, possession arrow stays with the Tigers. So it'll be inbounds underneath the basket here. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. So they'll inbound all the way back to Allen. Now Dastrup near side. Tigers set up the offense. Timpview in a 2-3 zone. Start things off tonight. Dastrup off a screen. Allen looks to drive. Mid-range floater's good. And Orem has their first points of the night. 2 points for Jax Allen. Naliai far side, brings it to the top. Leaves it off for Ruker, one of the top scorers in 5A. Nice pass inside, Openshaw off the glass. 5 points early, that's the first points for Openshaw. 6:35 and counting here in the opening quarter. Allen back to Dastrup. Inside Chamberlain Burgess, all alone, just inside the arc, and hits the mid-range jumper. Both teams perfect from the floor so far here tonight. 2 for 2 either side. Is Dean Ruckert, and an offensive foul called on Openshaw. First team foul, first foul for Openshaw, and it's back to the Tigers. 5-4 the score here early, 6:17 left in our opening quarter here tonight. I mentioned two of the top teams in the country battling here tonight. It's Chamberlain Burgess. That shot too short. Rebound picked up by Openshaw. Now here comes Dean Ruckert in the lane, and a foul is called on the Tigers. That'll be on Riker Mickelson, his first for the Tigers tonight. And it'll be inbounds underneath the basket for the Thunderbirds. 5:58 to go. Nolly will inbound for Timpview. Gets it into Jackson Palmer, and that one's swiped away by Chance Dastrup out of bounds. We'll stay with Timpview with 5:56 to go. 33 on the shot clock. Again, a packed house here tonight. You see those Orem students right in front of us here. As Openshaw trying to create some space in the lane. Kicks it out. 3 for Jackson Palmer's no good. Rebound Chamberlain Burgess. Dastrup quickly ahead. Allen wide open down low. Hyatt can't control it. And it's turned over. Palmer back the other way for Timpview. Still 5-4 here. Palmer looks to drive. Good defense from Hyatt. Back out Nolly. Had 10 points in the first quarter in the first meeting between these two schools. 17 overall to lead the Thunderbirds in that last meeting. Ruckert settles things down. 15 on the shot clock. Orem in that little bit of a zone as well, as that pass inside looking for Nolly. Goes over the head of both Nolly and Hyatt for Orem, so it's out of bounds. Back to the Tigers. Coming up on 3 minutes gone. As Dastrup across the timeline. Playing catch with Allen. Now a screen from Burgess. Dastrup kicks it back out. Allen open for 3. Jax Allen gives Orem their first lead of the night. 5 points now for Allen in the opening frame. 7-5 in favor of the Tigers. Ruckert across the timeline. Gets a screen from Openshaw. Now he'll try a 3 of his own. That one's good. Both teams shooting the ball very well here in the opening quarter. That's the first 3 points tonight for Dean Ruckert. Tigers looking to answer back. 4:15 to go. Burgess will try a 3. That one rattles home. Back-to-back-to-back 3s on either side. As Burgess now has 5 points now. 10-8 the score. Ruckert looks to drive. Inside on Burgess, and a foul is called. So Dean Ruckert heads to the line for the first time tonight. Fouls on Burgess. That'll be his second. And we'll see Ruckert at the line. Leading scorer for the Thunderbirds, averaging 17 points a game. Also leads the team in rebounds as well. 6 rebounds per game for the 6'8" senior. First free throw of the night is too strong. Still 10-8 your score, 3:55 to play. Again, both teams shooting well from the field so far here tonight. Only 1 miss on either side. Ruckert's second free throw catches the front iron and rolls in. And it makes it a 1-point game here with 3:54 to go. Riker Mickelson back to Dastrup near side. Kicks it to Burgess just inside the free throw line. His shot too short. Offensive board by Hyatt. Kicks it out for Allen for 3. 8 points in the opening quarter for Jax Allen. It's a 4-point lead for the Tigers. Nolly. Thunderbirds looking to answer. Openshaw up top, feeds it down low. Palmer, double team, kick it back out. Openshaw's open and has another 3. That's the first three of the night for Openshaw. Points all over the place here in this opening quarter, 13-12. Dastrup gets a screen from Hyatt, now looks to drive, kicks it out, Burgess for three. That one good. Burgess now with 8 points in the opening quarter, 2 threes to his name, and back to a 4-point lead. Orem students making noise as Naliai gets the call from head coach Izzy Engel. Now down low, Palmer was tied, Burgess with the block. Tigers the other way. Dastrup in the lane, floater is good. 18 points in the first quarter for the Tigers. As Dastrup has his first points of the night. Coming about 2 minutes to go, it's been back and forth between these two 5A powers. Ruckert off a catch, can shoot three, that one's no good. Rebound collected by Dastrup. Dastrup across the timeline. He'll take a deep three this time. That one's well short and out of bounds. And the Thunderbirds students will let them hear it. As Hyatt checks out, Simeon Sugataraga comes in for Orem. We'll have 2 changes for the Thunderbirds. Looks like we'll see Lincoln Holcomb and Mason Ford come in for the Thunderbirds. Now Ford battling with Allen on the far side. Mason Ford off a screen, kicks it out in the corner. The Holcomb for three, counted on the foul. Chance at a 4-point play for Lincoln Holcomb. Fresh off the bench, he hits the corner three and he's fouled. Fouls on Dastrup, his first. And a chance to make it a 2-point game here. Lincoln Holcomb, the 6'3" junior, averages about 7 points a game as he misses the free throw. And the Tigers hold on. 1 for 3 from the free throw line so far, the Thunderbirds. Orem's yet to get to the line so far tonight. Dastrup again for 3. That one off the front iron, rebound collected by Openshaw. Ruckert now, he'll try another 3. That's good, his second of the night. And Timpview now back in front. Tied now, 18-all. Final minute of the first. Mickelson in the corner, gives it to Burgess. He's already got 2 threes tonight. He's got a third. $11 points, all from beyond the arc. Well, 9 of them at least for Chamberlain Burgess. 3 threes in the opening frame. 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. Holding it is Ford. Shot clock down to 10. Now Holcomb up top. Tolstrup leaves it. Now Ford looks to drive on Burgess, and we get a foul called. And that'll be on Burgess. That'll be his third of this quarter. Oh, excuse me, that's his second. So, but again, 2 fouls early for Chamberlain Burgess, the Lone Peak transfer and BYU commit. 3 seconds left as Mason Ford heads to the line first time tonight. First free throw's no good. Rough start from the free throw line for Timpview here so far. 1 for 4 as Chamberlain Burgess checks out. Trey Hyatt back in for the Tigers. Second free throw's up and good, which makes it a 2-point game. 3 seconds. 2. Half-court heave for Dastrup is short. And that'll cap an entertaining first 8 minutes here from Orem High School. It is a 2-point lead for the Tigers. Second quarter is coming up next right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Tigers Orem High School, or as they call it, the jungle down here at Orem High. The Tigers with a 2-point lead after 8 minutes of play. Matt Coleman with you here tonight. Glad you guys could join us for this clash of 5A Titans tonight. Winner tonight has somewhat of an inside track to the Region 7 title. Orem can technically clinch a share tonight with a win and a Springville loss tonight. A Timpview win tonight causes all kinds of trouble. It'd be a 3-way tie for the top spot in Region 7 depending on what happens with Springville tonight. Timpview gets the ball out of the quarter break and then turn it over off the hands of Will Openshaw, and it's back to the Tigers. Leading scorers so far in this one tonight, Chamberlain Burgess with 11 in that first quarter. Jax Allen with 8. Those are the top 2 scorers for the Tigers so far. Dean Rucker leads all the Timpview Thunderbirds with 7. Will Openshaw with 5. Lincoln Holcomb with 3. And Callan Tolstrup with 3 points as both teams shot the ball well. And we get our first foul of the quarter. That'll be on Lincoln Holcomb, his first. First team foul. He'll stay with the Tigers here. New shot clock is Dastrup. Quickly back to Allen, excuse me. Double team comes. Now Dastrup kicks it out. Wide open is Suguturaga for 3. That one no good. Collected by Mason Ford. Back up top it comes. Holcomb. Dastrup defending. Leaves it back for Tolstrup. Now up top is Ford. 20 to go on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Openshaw. Thought about the 3. Picks up the dribble. Able to find Ruckert. Stops at the top. Has to get rid of it. Gives it back from Tolstrup. Shot clock down to 5. Ruckert battling with Hyatt. He kicked it off his foot and it's out of bounds. Hyatt pumped up along with the rest of the Orem team and crowd here tonight. Again, a packed house here between these 2 schools here tonight. Almost to the point of standing room only here for one of the top games in 5A this season. Dastrup looking to drive on Ford, kicks it off Burgess from the elbow, off the glass too strong. Rebound collected and stolen away. Allen with the pickpocket. Gives it near side. Suguturaga inside. Double team and blocked by Ruckert. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. As Suguturaga tried to go inside. Got a substitution. Jax Allen out. Riker Mickelson back in. Will Openshaw will take a seat for the Thunderbirds. As Burgess had 3 threes in that first quarter. That one was blocked by Ruckert. And Ruckert the other way. Gets blocked by Burgess. Ford on the second attempt is good. That ties the game at 21. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Around the horn to Mickelson. Mickelson to Burgess. Looks to drive in on Ruckert. Takes the contact and gets 2 off the glass. 13 points now for Chamberlain Burgess. Mason Ford off the screen. Now looking to drive on Suguturaga. That one's short. Might have got a piece of it to Suguturaga, and a foul is called on Timpview. That one's going to be called on Jackson Palmer, his first. Second on Timpview here in the second quarter. 5:29 to go to halftime. Substitutions. As Rucker will take a seat. Braxton Wilkerson first time in now for Timpview. Suguturaga looking to inbounds. Gets it to Mickelson. Timpview showing a little bit of a full court press here as Dastrup quickly down low looking for Burgess, stolen away. Good job from Naliai. Now up ahead Ford. Thunderbirds settle things down. Now Naliai back in the game up top. Round the horn it goes. Holcomb in the corner. Got his second three of the night. And we get a technical foul called on Holcomb. Had a couple words to say after he made that three-pointer. It's a technical foul. So Dastrup looks like they'll take the technical free throws. That'll be the second foul on Holcomb tonight. Mentioned high intensity here tonight between these two schools. Two of the top three teams, not only in 5A, but in the state as well, according to Max Preps. Kind of an interesting ranking as Dastrup misses the first free throw. This is the first free throws of the night for the Tigers. Second free throw for Dastrup is also no good. So no good on both free throws for Dastrup. Tigers will keep possession after the technical foul. Jax Allen will come back in for Burgess. 5:03 to go in the quarter. Mickelson will find Trey Hyatt, now Dastrup. Double team coming on Dastrup. He still hasn't gotten over the timeline either, and a foul is called on Orem. It'll be on Mickelson, his first on the Tigers. Good defense from the Thunderbirds as the trap works. And Timpview gets the ball back up by one, 24-23. Troy Kafusi, first time in for the Tigers, as Mickelson will take a seat. Wilkerson inbound to Mason Ford. As the Thunderbirds set up. Naliai near side. Up top. Palmer over the far side, looking down low, and that one's swatted away by Hyatt. Quickly up ahead, Allen's open. Drives to the cup, and too short. Rebound collected by the Thunderbirds. Here they come the other way. Ford. Over the far side, Holcomb, third three of the night, no. Rebound Dastrup. 4:15 to play, second quarter. Dastrup battling with Naliai. And we get a whistle. It is a foul. That's going to be on Braxton Wilkerson. That'll be his first. That'll be the fourth team foul for Timpview. So now Orem shooting free throws the rest of the quarter. It'll be an inbounds here for the Tigers underneath their basket. Dastrup to inbound. Tigers down one here. Inbound to Allen. Naliai defending. Allen backs down, and a traveling violation. Ball goes back to Timpview with 4:02 to play. Dean Rucker comes back in for Timpview, along with Will Openshaw. And Chamberlain Burgess, after that substitution, will make his way back onto the floor. Kafusi checks out. Lincoln Holcomb checks out, along with Braxton Wilkerson for the Thunderbirds. We've reached the halfway point of the second quarter. Neither team really able to get any separation so far in this one. Orem's held a 4-point lead as Rucker catch and shoot three. That one no good. Rebound collected by Burgess. Now Dastrup pushes the pace. Lost the handle on it. It's out of bounds. Dribbled it off his foot. And it's back to Timpview with 3:35 left in the quarter. Inbound to Mason Ford. Thunderbirds across the timeline, now set up the offense. Openshaw with the screen. Ford looks to drive, kicks it back out Naliai. Oh, as the stanchion for that's on the floor ends up popping out. As Naliai tried to make a pivot move there. The Timpview fans will let their presence be known over on that far side. They're right behind the Timpview bench. Orem's right in front of us here. So the students on either side. So we're back underway. 10 to go on the shot clock here as Mason Ford holds. Looking for the call from Coach Engel. 3 seconds, 2, has to throw it up, and he hits it. Points now for Mason Ford, his first 3 of the night. It's a 4-point lead for the Thunderbirds. 2:45 to go to halftime. And a foul called up top. It'll be on Rooker, his first, and free throws upcoming for Simeon Sugataraga. 6'4" junior, hasn't scored yet tonight. Had a good game against Timpview in the last meeting, 11 points. In the first meeting back on January 17th. They'll get a chance to get Orem's first free throw of the night. Tigers 0 for 2 from the line so far tonight. His first one's up and good. The Tigers make it a 3-point game. One more here for Sugataraga. That one too strong off the iron. Offensive board though. And a shot from Allen catches the glass. Back to a 1-point game. 10 points now for Allen. Thunderbirds set up Rooker off the screen from open shot. Drives on Burgess. Absorbs the contact, but can't get it to go. Now Dastrup. 2:10 to go. Dastrup off the screen, picks it up, gives it over, and Sugataraga's shot rattles out. Rebound Rooker. Up ahead comes Ford, kicks it into the corner, almost lost over there at Jackson Palmer. Now Openshaw gives it back to Palmer, kicks it out, Naliai in the corner. Off the back iron, rebound Naliai. Now Ford thought about the shot, kicks it back out Palmer. New shot clock here for the Thunderbirds, 1:38 to go in the quarter. Ford recollects up top. Slows it down, goes far side, chips it to Naliai around the screen. Now Openshaw and a travel. Had it poked away from him for a moment there. As Palmer checks out, Callan Tolstrup back in for Timpview. Still a 1-point game. Timpview leads 124. Remaining to the halftime break. Dastrup across the timeline. They pass inside. Burgess can't control. Now turnaround shot. That's no good. Rebound Tolstrup. 1:05 to play. Quickly down low as Rooker can't handle the pass out of bounds. Possession back to the Tigers. Wilkerson back in. Ford will check out. A lot of turnovers on either side so far here tonight as well. Both teams shooting pretty well, but also a lot of turnovers so far. As we're down to the final minute of the first half. Pass inside, Sugataraga at the free throw line, looks to drive on Rooker, gets him in the air, too strong on the shot. Offensive board, Dastrup gets hit in the face, and it'll be a foul. I believe it's on Wilkerson. No, excuse me, it's on, yeah, it's on Wilkerson. They put the wrong number up on the board. It'll be his second. That'll send Chance Dastrup back to the line. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. And a technical foul's called. I believe It's on Timpview. I think it's on Openshaw. No, it's on the head coach. Izzy Engel draws the technical. So multiple free throws upcoming here for the Tigers. It'll be Jax Allen to take the first free throws. Or actually, it'll be Dastrup, looks like. So Dastrup will take the technical free throws. Second time he's done it tonight. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Has to shoot into the Timpview fans as he makes the first one. Second free throw upcoming here. That one's good as well. So Dastrup ties the game, or takes the lead, 28-27 with those 2 free throws. Now Allen will shoot 2. Allen's first time at the free throw line, makes the first one. Tigers with a 2-point lead. One more here for Allen. Second free throw's no good. And now it'll be Orem basketball out of the 4 free throws. With 45 seconds to go, 2-point lead here for Orem. 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. It's Dastrup on the inbound. Hyatt leaves it for Dastrup. Passes it over for a corner 3. Allen's shot no good. Drucker gets fouled. That one should be on Sugataraga. And a nifty play there from Braxton Wilkerson. A little flare as he got up. That is on Sugataraga, his first. Second foul on Orem, so it'll be just the inbound here for the Thunderbirds with 33 seconds left, so the shot clock is off. Timpview can hold for the final shot. Timpview up 30-27 here. Naliai looking for a screen from Openshaw. Now driving is Tolstrup off the back iron. Rebound Orem. 6 seconds to go. Dastrup inside the lane, drives, has it swatted away. And I think that we'll see if they put time on it. It looked like there was maybe half a second left when the ball went out, but we'll see. And they'll say no time left, so that will conclude a frantic first half here from Orem High. The Tigers with a 3-point lead in this battle of 5A powers. We'll take the halftime break, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes at the half. The Tigers 30 and the Thunderbirds 27 here on KSL Sports Rewind. Number 3 between the Timpview Thunderbirds and Orem Tigers. The Tigers with a 29-27 lead at the halftime break. Matt Como with you here on KSL Sports Rewind. Glad you guys could join us for tonight's broadcast. A back and forth affair between the two schools. It was a lights out shooting affair in that first quarter. The Orem led 21-19 through the first 8 minutes, and then things kind of turned over a little bit and kind of slowed down in that second quarter. Both teams only put up 8 points in the middle frame. That's why where we're at. 29-27 is the score, as Orem will get the ball to start the third quarter. Leading scorer tonight so far, Chamberlain Burgess with 13 points in that first half. Leading scorer for the Thunderbirds is Lincoln Holcomb with 7, as we're back underway. Orem's in the white uniforms, moving right to left this quarter. Timpview in the black uniforms, left to right, as Burgess almost loses the handle on it. Shot clock down to 15, and we get a whistle and an offensive foul on the Tigers. It'll be on Mickelson, his third. Mickelson with that third foul, the only one in foul trouble so far. Burgess with 2 fouls for the Tigers. Holcomb's got 2 fouls for the Thunderbirds. Also has the technical foul that he picked up in that first half. Thunderbirds going to work here, trying to tie things up. Jackson Palmer. Down low to Openshaw. Tries to back down Burgess, back out Palmer for three. Too strong, rebound Dastrup. Here come the Tigers, Allen. Utah State commit, out to the Long Beach State commit. Dastrup over the BYU commit, Chamberlain Burgess. Mid-range jumper, off the back iron, rebound comes to Openshaw. Palmer into the front court. Minute gone here in the third quarter, still 2-point game. Palmer battling with Allen, gives it to Naliai near side. Now Ruckert in the corner. Now Tolstrup looks it back down. Dastrup, Burgess comes over for the block. Tigers with numbers the other way. Dastrup into the lane, that one denied. Jackson Palmer with the block. Palmer the other way, looks for Naliai, had it kind of come back to him off of Allen. Now inside is Openshaw. 5 points in that first half. He's got 7 now, and we're tied at 29. Dastrup into the front court. Now out to Hyatt. Dastrup gets it back off a screen from Hyatt. Naliai in defense. Now Hyatt looking to back down Openshaw. Back to Dastrup into the paint. Scoops it up, no good. Mickelson offensive board. Dastrup thought about a three, hesitates, kicks to the corner. Allen now will settle things down. Burgess thought about a shot, now looks to drive into the paint, and a foul is called. Fouls on Naliai, that'll be his first. First foul for the Thunderbirds in the third quarter. Both teams with 1 foul. Mickelson checks out. Up top, it's Jax Allen. Sugataraga is the one that checked in for the Tigers. Now Hyatt down low on the elbow. Fires a shot, rims out. Picked up by Naliai. Ruckert near side. Gives it to Openshaw. Back to Ruckert. Dean Ruckert inside. It's the hoop of the foul. Dean Ruckert goes hard to the cup, draws the contact, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. 8 points now tonight for Ruckert. He's 1 for 2 from the line. One shot upcoming here for the junior. Very junior-laden team here for Timpview. No seniors on this team for Timpview as Ruckert makes the free throw. And it's a 3-point lead for the Thunderbirds. No one's had a larger lead than 6 points tonight. Orem had that lead in that first quarter. Hyatt picks up the dribble. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Has to get rid of it. Gets it to Burgess. Shot clock approaching 10. Allen stops in the brown paint and hits the mid-range jumper. As Jax Allen continues to light it up. 13 points now for him. Ties himself with Burgess for the leading scorer tonight. 31-32, 4:42 and counting in quarter number 3. Winner gets an inside track at the 5A Region 7 title. And we get a whistle. And it's a foul. It's a call on Orem. So the call, foul on Sugataraga. That'll be his second. Second team foul for Orem. There's only 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Ruckert inside, a tough bucket. Ruckert now in a double figures with 11 points. And a foul called on the other side. That'll be on Nolly, his second. Second team foul for the Thunderbirds as Mickelson will check back in. $10 points for Dean Ruckert so far, if I correct myself there. As well, the substitution for Timpview. Wilkerson back in. Nolly will check out with the 2 fouls. As we have a little bit of debris on the court. So we'll pause for a moment while they clean up. Looks like a little bit of debris there. Right around where that stanchion hole popped open in that second quarter. May have been some loose impediments underneath of that when that came undone. Very meticulous work here from the Orem staff. Looks like everything's cleaned up. .402 to play, third quarter, 35 seconds put back up on the clock for Orem. Mickelson inbounds to Dastrup. Thunderbirds with a 3-point lead. Mickelson up top, Hyatt gets the 3. First points of the night for Trey Hyatt, and we're back at the tie ball game, 34 all. Cross court pass stolen by Dastrup. Dastrup running the floor. Stutter step, drives in the lane, kicks it down low. Mickelson's open, can't get it to go. Dastrup with the offensive board, kicks it out Hyatt. Hyatt in the corner, wide open is Burgess. That one blocked away by Palmer, but a foul. That'll be on Jackson Palmer, his second, and that'll send Chamberlain Burgess to the line. First trip to the free throw line for Chamberlain Burgess tonight, the senior forward. Mentioned committed to BYU next year. Leads the team in points, 13 per game as he gets the first one to go. That gives the Tigers back the lead, 35-34. With 3:21 to go. Burgess now with 14 points tonight to lead all scorers. Second free throw attempt for Burgess off the back iron. Hyatt able to tip it out. Now Burgess holds, tries to kick into the corner. That's deflected out of bounds by Holcomb. They'll stay with the Tigers with 30 seconds on the shot clock. 3:15 to go in the quarter. A little inbound all the way in that far corner. It's hard to see with the Orem students. As Sugataraga gets it up to Hyatt. Now Burgess. Up top to Dastrup. Thunderbird students making noise on the far side. Dastrup settles things with 15 on the shot clock. Dastrup down low, Sugataraga. Looks to spin, drives inside, throws one up, no good. Rebound put back in. Hyde with the putback. That's now 5 points in the quarter for him. It's a 3-point lead for Orem. Mason Ford back in the game for Timpview. Holds at the top. 2:30 to play. 15 on the shot clock. Thunderbirds set things up. Rooker with the screen. Ford near side. Holcomb tries to drive. Dastrup shuts the door. Holcomb throws one up. Burgess gets a piece of it. Last touch by Timpview. Good defense from the Tigers. Forces the turnover with 2:14 left. 37-34 favor of the Tigers. Mickelson will bring it up into the front court. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Dastrup down low and a foul is called on Holcomb. That'll be his third. And that'll be the fourth team foul on Timpview. So the Tigers will shoot free throws the rest of the way. And we'll see Naliai check back in. Checking out is Wilkerson. Orem will inbound underneath the basket. Dastrup up top to Mickelson. New shot clock here for the Tigers. Mickelson looking to drive on Naliai. Leaves it Burgess. Over Sugataraga. Looks to drive inside. Stumbles. Fires one up. No good. Rebound Rukert. 3-on-1 here for the Thunderbirds. Kicks it out. Ford hesitates. Drives inside. Up and under. Mason Ford with 8 points now tonight. Nice play inside. Dastrup into the corner. Mickelson back to Dastrup. 1:23 left. 20 seconds on the shot clock here for Orem. Dastrup, deep three. Off the front iron, rebound to Timpview. Naliai ahead. Looks to drive on Hyatt, and a foul's called. That'll be on Hyatt. That's his first. Third team foul for Orem. And we'll see Isa Naliai first time at the line tonight. 6'2" junior, averaging about 5 points a game. Had the team high 17 points in the last meeting between these two schools. First free throws up and too strong. Neither team shooting particularly well from the free throw line tonight. Timpview's 2 for 6 from the charity stripe tonight. Orem's 4 of 9 from the free throw line so far here tonight. Second free throw for Naliai, also too strong. Offensive board, Openshaw. As the Thunderbirds settle as we come to the final minute of the quarter. Tigers with a 1-point lead. Ford settles things down. Allen on defense. Ford looks to drive inside, lost a handle on it, and it's a turnover. Tigers take over with 50.9 on the clock. About 15-second difference between the shot and game clock. As Allen's fouled out near midcourt. That'll be Holcomb, that's his 4th, and he'll have to check out. That'll be the 15th foul as well, so free throws here for Orem. Mentioned it hasn't been a good night free throw shooting for either team. I mentioned Orem 4 for 9 tonight. Allen is 1 for 2. This is his second trip tonight. $13 points so far here tonight for the senior. He's going to be going to Utah State next year. First free throw's up and good. Mickelson will check out. Hyatt's back in now for Orem. So we wait the second free throw. Second attempt here for Jax Allen. That one no good. Rebound collected by Naliai. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Mason Ford across the timeline. Near side Naliai. Now up top Openshaw. Over to Rukert. Looking down low Palmer, and a foul's called. That'll be on Dastrup. Dastrup's second, and that will be the last to give for Orem. So now Timpview in the bonus for the final 30 seconds of the quarter. 29.1 on the clock. Shot clock's turned off after the foul, so Timpview can hold for the final shot. Down by 2 here. Forward to Rukert. Down low Palmer. Back up top. Openshaw for 3. Too strong. Rebound. Picked up by the Tigers. Allen up ahead, and a foul on Rukert. That'll send Allen back to the line. Second foul on Rukert. And Allen, who just went 1 for 2 from the line, he's 2 for 4. Will make his third trip to the charity stripe tonight. 11.8 left here in our third quarter. Allen with 8 points in his last outing against Wasatch back on Tuesday. Gets the first one to go. 14 points now for Allen tonight. Looking for 15 here. Gets both of them to go. Final 10 seconds here. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Clock down to 5. 4 drives. Into the paint. Throws one up. It's short. Rebound Tigers. 2 seconds and 1. Three-quarter court heave is no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Another tight contest between these two heated rivals. It's a 4-point game. Tigers with a 40-36 lead. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on KSL Sports Rewind. 8 minutes to go in this rematch of two of the top teams in 5A, the second-ranked Tigers and the third-ranked Thunderbirds. 2 games remaining for both these schools after tonight. Timpview goes on the road next Tuesday to take on Spanish Fort before senior night next Friday against Maple Mountain. Tigers will be on the road next Tuesday as well, taking on Salem Hills before senior night, and what will most likely decide the Region 7 title next Friday night against Springville. We mentioned Orem could clinch a share of the region title tonight with a win and a Springville loss. Springville is leading Spanish Fork by 9 at the half, so it looks like the Tigers may have to wait a couple more days to capture that region crown. They were tied in first place with Timpview a season ago. Both these teams co-region champs last year, met in the quarterfinals of the 5A tournament. Timpview got that win in a 1-point game. Thunderbirds looking to even the season series as Ruker's shot no good, gets his own board. Tries to drive inside Mickelson, Burgess with a block, and the Tigers have it. Dastra sets things up for the Tiger offense. Third quarter was where Orem made their move in the last contest. This one 11-9. Neither team has outscored the other team by more than 2 points in a quarter so far here tonight. As Dastrup begins the play, shot clock now down to 5. Allen, floater in the lane, rattles out, rebound to Timpview. Open shot comes up with a board. Dean Rukert, 10 points for him tonight. Looking to drive as the leading scorer to the cup. Able to get 2 more points, 12 points for him, and we have a timeout. Yep, timeout called by Timpview. First timeout for either side here tonight. We'll take the timeout here as well. 40-38 the score, the Tigers with a 2-point lead. 6:51 to go in our contest tonight. It's a 2-point game. Orem with a 40-38 lead over the Thunderbirds. Dean Ruker with the bucket just moments ago. Gives them 14 to lead the Thunderbirds unofficially here tonight. Other leading scorers, Jax Allen has 13 points tonight. Chamberlain Burgess also with 13 points are the 2 leading scorers for Orem tonight. Hyatt with 5. Dastrup's got 4. Other scorers for the Thunderbirds, Mason Ford has 7 points tonight. Tolstrup with 3, Openshaw with 7. Those are all the scorers so far here tonight as we're back underway. Orem with the ball. 6:45 to play. The Tigers with a 2-point lead. Naliai on Dastrup. Pass inside, almost tipped away by the Thunderbirds. Now Mickelson looks to drive, and a foul's called. That'll send Mickelson to the line. That one's on Palmer. It's his 3rd. First team foul of the quarter for the Thunderbirds, and we'll see Riker Mickelson for the first time tonight. He's scoreless in this contest tonight after having 11 in the last meeting. Mickelson averaging almost 10 points a game this year for the Tigers as his first free throw is no good. Riker Mickelson, the Pleasant Grove transfer, will be playing up at Utah State next year, but for football. One of the standouts on the Orem High football team, as he's unable to get both of those free throws to go. The free throw shooting woes continue. Naliai into the front court. T-Birds down by 2 here. Now lay up top to Ruckert. He's going to take a deep three, that one off the front iron, and it'll roll into the Timpview bench out of bounds. Tigers in possession. Sugaturaga checks back in for Orem. Hyatt will take a seat. Dastrup controls with 6 minutes left in our game tonight. Dastrup battling with Naliai. Those two have been going at it all night. As Dastrup picks up the dribble, Mickelson up top. Now looks to drive, stops. Bring it back out, shot clock down to 12. Allen near side, drives on Ruckert, and tough bucket. 4-point lead for the Tigers as Allen continues to put points up on the board. 15 for him now tonight. Ruckert looking to answer for Timpview. Burgess on him. Pass down low, open shot. Battle with Sugaturaga, now the double team comes. Thrown out, and Mickelson with the turnover. Tigers with numbers. Mickelson too short. Burgess with the follow. Chamberlain, Burgess 15 points with a thunderous slam. 6-point lead, largest lead of the night for the Tigers. Pass up top to Ruckert. Under 5 minutes to play. Ruckert looking for somewhere to go with it. Gives it down low, Palmer. Palmer inside, foul called. That'll be on Dastrup, his third. First team foul on the Tigers in the quarter. Mason Ford checks back in. Tolstrup will check out. Inbounds underneath the basket, 4:34 to go. New shot clock here for Timpview, down by 6. Up top is Ford. Thunderbirds looking for an answer. Only 2 points for the team so far here in the quarter. Now Naliai. Burgess up in the air. Naliai's shot too short. Loose and picked up by Orem. Sugaturaga with the board. Tigers settle things down, 4:10 and counting. And a timeout called by the Tigers. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout as well. The Tigers with a 6-point lead here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be right back. A packed house here on a Friday night. Timpview and Orem, the students out in full force on both sides tonight. It's been a packed house all night. Honestly, one of the loudest environments I've seen, at least this season, if not in my high school basketball calling career. It's been an electric atmosphere tonight. We expected it after the way the last game went between the two schools. And we're setting up for a good finish here in this one. 6-point lead for the Tigers. They'll have the ball out of the timeout. Largest lead for either side here tonight, as it's been tight the whole way. Each team's had an answer for any shot really that's been made on either side. As we're back underway, Dastrup with the ball. 4 minutes to play. Mickelson into the corner, Allen. Back up top to Sugaturaga. Burgess leads the Tigers with 15. Brings it over the far side, shot clock down to 6. Clock down to 4. Dastrup's gonna fire a deep three that's short. Rebound Openshaw. A lot of deep threes on both sides tonight. No one's connected on one just yet. Ford off a screen. Gives it up to Ruckert. 3:30 to go. Ruckert looking to drive inside. Kicks it out Palmer. Dastrup in defense. Palmer looking to drive. Gets to the free throw line. Kicks it out Ford. Shot clock down to 10. Ford inside. Able to corkscrew his way in there. And back to a 4-point game. Mason Ford 9 points tonight. Dastrup in the front court. 3 minutes to go. Dastrup looking to drive inside, and a foul. Count the basket. Chance Dastrup with a 3-point play opportunity. Fouls on Naliai, his third. Second team foul for Timpview, and Chance Dastrup with a big bucket for the Tigers. He's got 6 points now tonight. Looking to make it 7 here from the charity stripe. Free throws up and good. Largest lead of the night for the Tigers. It's a 7-point lead with 2:54 to go. Naliai will bring it up ahead. Up top, Ruckert, catch and shoot three. Too strong, rebound Naliai. T-Birds set things back up. Screen from Openshaw, kicks it back to him at the elbow. Looks to back in on Burgess. Openshaw, shot too short, but a foul is called. It'll be on Burgess, his third. Second team foul for the Tigers, and that'll send Will Openshaw to the line. First time at the free throw line for Openshaw tonight. Junior guard. Leads the Thunderbirds in rebounds this season, with averaging 6 per game. Can't get the first one to go. Again, Dean Ruckert's the only T-Bird who has made a free throw tonight. They're 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Second one from Openshaw is good. That'll make it back to a 6-point game. 2:22 to go. Allen leaves it for Sugaturaga. Kicks it out, Dastrup. A little time on the near side, backs it out. 25 on the shot clock. And a timeout called by Orem with 2:11 to play. Tigers still with a 6-point lead and the ball. We'll take the timeout and be back in just a moment. 2:11 to play here tonight. The Tigers with a 6-point lead, looking for the season sweep over their rivals down the street. Both teams with 2 team fouls so far in this fourth quarter. Orem will have possession of the ball out of the timeout. 23 seconds to go on the shot clock, 2:11 on the game clock as we get down to crunch time here. Mickelson down low, lost the ball, loose on the deck. Rucker gets his hands in there, and it's a jump ball. Arrow's going to stay with the Tigers. So Orem will keep the ball with 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. 2:05 left in the game. Sugaturaga looking to inbound, goes all the way back to Allen. Almost stolen away. Tigers wanted a foul, no call. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sugaturaga way out to Allen. Shot clock to 5. Allen at the elbow, looks to drive, floats it in. Quickly the other way, Ruckert can't get it to go. And it's last touched by Dastrup, out of bounds to the Thunderbirds. Jax Allen now with 17 points tonight after that floater. Largest lead of the night for Orem. Officials, quick check. Let's say they've determined that it hit the rim, so a new shot clock here for Timpview. But the Thunderbirds starting to run out of time, down 8, coming up on 90 seconds left. Thunderbirds need to show some urgency here. Ruckert inside, Ford, catch and shoot 3, got it. Timeout Timpview. Mason Ford, 12 points now tonight. Cuts the lead down to 5. We'll take the timeout as well. 1:26 to play here on KSL Sports Rewind. There's a look at the old Region 8, now Region 7. It's been changed a little bit. The Region 7 board's on the opposite side. I will give the credit to my cameraman, Doug. Of course, Orem playing Region 8 in some sports. Playing in Region 7 in basketball, along in a 3-horse race for the Region 7 title between Timpview and Springville. Springville and Orem have yet to play each other. They played them just the one game this season. That'll be a week from tonight, the regular season finale, which will most likely, if the scores hold, will decide the Region 7 title. Be back here at Orem High next Friday night. Orem ball out of the timeout, 1:26 to play. As Burgess settles for Dastrup, Thunderbirds in the press. And Orem, good job of breaking it. Will look to milk as much time off this clock as they can. Timpview still with 2 fouls to give. They'll burn one there. That'll be Ford with the foul, his first. That's a 3rd team foul for Timpview. They'll have one more to give before the Tigers will be in the bonus. 5-point game here. Pass down to Allen. Allen met by a double team, and timeout. Called by the Tigers. So another timeout here for the Tigers. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. As it's been a fun one so far here tonight. Tigers trying to close this out, remain undefeated in the state of Utah. I mentioned at the top of the show, 13-0 against in-state opponents this season. 4-3 record against out-of-state competition for Orem this season. They played a couple of they played in the Hoop Fest here at the beginning of the season that was over at Pleasant Grove. Also made a couple of trips during the holiday break. Coming in tonight, 17-3 overall, 7-0, excuse me, in region play. Timpview 6-1, the lone loss coming to Orem. Trying to stay in the Region 7 race. Timpview would need a win tonight and some help in order to claim a share of the region title. 1:09 to play, 32 seconds on the shot clock here for the Tigers. They'll inbound underneath their own net. Dastrup inbounds. Thunderbirds will need a foul here soon. And they will on Burgess here. That's on Openshaw, his second. That'll be the last to give for Timpview, so Orem will shoot free throws the rest of the way. With 1:02 to go, new shot clock. Inbound to Dastrup. Ford applying pressure. Now Dastrup kicks it out, Mickelson. And then there's the foul. It'll be on Ford. That'll be his second. And that'll send Riker Mickelson to the line. 0 for 2 tonight. Five-point game here as Mickelson can extend it to a 3-possession game if he makes both free throws here. Mickelson looking for his first point tonight. He got it. Lead back up to 6 here for the Tigers. As Hyatt looks to check in, Sugitaraga will check out. .52 to go, 6-point game. Mickelson trying to make it a 3-possession game here. Second free throw's up and short. 1 for 4 from the line is Mickelson tonight, and the Thunderbirds have a little bit of hope. Need a 3 in it, need it in a hurry. Ford into a double team, kicks it out. Nolly eyes wide open for 3. That one's short, gets his own rebound. 35 seconds to play. Ford inside. That one blocked by Allen. It'll stay with the Thunderbirds. As checking out is Palmer. 31.7 left on the clock. Timpview will look to inbound here. And timeout called by Timpview. So Coach Engel will talk it over with his guys. We'll take the timeout on our end. Timpview trying to mount a comeback here. We'll see what they draw up coming up next. 31.7 is all that left. You can see the stats on the scoreboard. Thunderbirds with the ball out of the timeout. Gonna need something in a hurry here, down by 6. Pass it up. Quick shot. It rattles out. Rebound Burgess. Loose dash strip. Just throws it ahead. Mickelson will track it down and will lay it up for what should be the dagger tonight. First bucket of the floor from Mickelson as Ruker drives inside, answers back quickly. And a timeout by Timpview. 11.9 to go. 6-point game now. This is a full timeout, so we'll take the timeout as well. Only 12 seconds left between Orem and a season sweep over Timpview. We'll be right back. Welcome back as you see the Tigers make their way out, and Jax Allen, a big game for the Tigers, 17 to lead the way for Orem. As the Tigers looking to close this thing out, 12 or 11.9 seconds away from the season sweep and remaining undefeated in region play. They'll have the ball out of the timeout. Thunderbirds will look to foul quickly here as Ruker almost gets the steal. It's going to be a foul call. And, a little bit, oh my, as both teams come in. Oh my goodness. Players coming off the bench on both sides. Almost the entire Timpview bench is down there. Half the Orem bench came off as well. And it's right in front of the fans. Underneath the Timpview basket. As Mickelson looks to be the most worse for wear out of that one. It was a foul on Ruker, and a couple of pushes led to the altercation. Head coach Tavita's out at midcourt as well. It's everybody out on the floor. They'll have to sort this out. Again, packed house here tonight. It's standing room only in the corners. Head coach Engel and the rest of the Timpview staff out at midcourt as well. Head coach Tavita being asked back to his bench. Same with the Timpview staff here. Police out on the floor as well. As the tensions bubble over here a little bit at the end. Officials talking about it at midcourt. As not a scene you want to see, especially here at the high school level, but with rivals going at it, you know that tensions were high. Say most of Timpview left the bench to go into that altercation. Some of the Orem bench too. The rule in high school is if they leave the bench, that's a game suspension. So that could play a factor in both these teams coming down the stretch. Both these teams still have 2 games left after tonight. As we're still waiting to see what the aftermath of it is here. And it's just a wild mess at the end of this one. Teams are back at their own benches. Officials still talking this one over. Head coach Engel over at the time bench. Coach Tavita pacing in front of his bench. He's still just waiting to see what comes out of this. As the police. Yeah. Say there was, you saw on the screen there, the police officer had a phone from a fan that recorded the altercation. Referees can't look at that though. It has to be the call on the court from the 3 officials tonight. Of course, student, faculty down there. Coaching staffs for both teams now at the timetable, getting the explanation from our officials. We'll see what ends up happening here. The original call was a foul on Ruckert. And then a skirmish underneath the basket. Officials trying to usher the rest of the Timpview staff back to their bench. Now just Engel and Tavita talking with our official. Looks like both coaches have gotten their explanations. Now we'll tell the timekeepers what we've got. We're, of course, on the other side of the court, so we won't be able to hear what's going on over there. So hopefully we'll hear over the PA system if there are any ejections or technical fouls. We assume a couple of technical fouls will be called after that. Again, still 11 seconds to go in this one. As everybody's still just sorting things out after the altercation. Just waiting to see what the calls end up being. Faculty from the Tigers just came over to the students here, said do not rush the court after this one, as tempers are a little high at the moment for both teams. Again, still trying to officially record everything with the scorers table. Now the officials get together for another conversation. Looks like we're getting towards the end of the discussion tonight. We'll reset the game clock for you. There's 11 seconds left. It's a 6-point lead for Orem. Orem is in the bonus. Timpview was 1 foul away from the bonus. They just put a 4th foul on the board for Orem. And it looks like it's on Mickelson. That'll be his 4th. So we've seen a foul get put up on the board for Mickelson. He looked like to be at the bottom of the pile in the altercation there. The teams are starting to make their way back out, and officials blow their whistle. Reset the lineups for you for Timpview. We got Palmer, Ford, Ruckert, Tolstrup, and Openshaw, as Mickelson will take technical free throws here. First free throw's good. So it looks like all the fouls canceled out, so just the shooting fouls here for Mickelson is unable to get the second one to go, so it's a 7-point game. So we just had Mickelson shoot technical free throws. I don't know if I heard it correctly from the PA announcer, but there may be more technical free throws coming. Here's both teams want explanations here. We have a conversation you see on the left there with two of our officials in Orem. There's another official talking with Timpview here. So they shot the first free throws first. And now the technical free throws. We'll see Sugutaraga at the line. 1 for 2 is Sugutaraga tonight. First free throw's good. Second free throw's up and good. 3 points now for Simeon Sugutaraga. And that'll make it a 9-point game now. Now we'll shoot free throws on the Timpview side for the technical foul on Orem. Ruker will shoot. 16 points to lead the Thunderbirds tonight. Can't get the first one to go. Second free throw here for Ruker. Gets the second one to go, and it's back to an 8-point game. And now Timpview will get possession out of all of that. So 4 technical free throws for Orem, 2 for Timpview out of that, and now a timeout Orem. So maybe the longest 11 seconds we have seen on KSL Sports Rewind history, but we've got another timeout. We'll take the break and be back in just a moment. Welcome back. 11 seconds still on the clock here in this one. We had the original foul shots for the original foul on Ruker. That Riker Mickelson shot. Sugutaraga shot technical free throws for Orem. Ruker shot technical free throws for Timpview. And it'll be Timpview ball out of the timeout, down by 7. 54-47 is the score. With 4 to inbound. Catch and shoot from Ruker. It's got it. Okay. Timeout Timpview. That should be their last one. As Ruker makes it a 4-point game with 7 seconds left. Give Ruker 20 points tonight now. As they reset the game clock to 8.2, so they put time back on the clock. It's a 4-point game now. So hold the phone, folks. Ruker's 3 gives Timpview a little bit of life here. It'll be Orem ball out of the timeout. Again, both teams are now in the bonus. So it'll be free throws for the Tigers. So we'll see what the Tigers draw up out of this timeout, what the Thunderbirds draw up as well. Again, Ruker now 20 points tonight. Orem ball out of the timeout with a 4-point lead. Timpview with the full court press. They'll need a foul immediately here if they can't get the steal. Mickelson will look to inbound, and another altercation forward with a foul on Allen as Allen took a tumble in the corner. cooler heads prevail this time. It'll be free throws for Allen. For Ford, that's his third. With 7.4 left, it'll be 2 shots for Jax Allen. 17 points tonight to lead the way for Orem. Two shots upcoming here for the Tigers. Can make it, it'll still be a 2-possession game, depending on the free throws here. Allen 4 for 6 from the line. First free throw's up, no good. $7.4 to go. 1 free throw upcoming here. 4-point lead. Timpview fans making as much noise as they can here. Everybody back for Orem as the free throw shot hits the front rim and goes in. 5-point lead. Quickly ahead, Ford, no good. 2 seconds, Ford, one more shot, no good, and that's it. The Tigers earn the season sweep over the Thunderbirds as they close things out. Final score here tonight, 55-50 in favor of the Tigers. Score that fourth quarter was 15-14 in favor of Orem, as it was tight the entire way, but the Tigers found a way to remain perfect in Region 7 and are less than a week away from clinching another region title. They haven't clinched it yet, but can do that next week. They'll be on the road at Salem Hills next Tuesday night, and then back here for senior night next Friday against Springville, which will most likely decide the region title. Player of the game tonight goes to Jax Allen. Has 18 points tonight to lead the way for the Tigers. Big game for Dean Ruckert as well for Timpview. 20 points to lead the way for the Thunderbirds as well. Yes, that will do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here for tonight's broadcast. We'll be back again Tuesday night with more high school basketball action here on KSL Sports Rewind. Check KSLSports.com for the games being streamed online. Thank you so much for joining us. For Doug behind the camera, I'm Matt Comas signing off tonight. Final score, the Orem Tigers 55 and the Timpview Thunderbirds 50 as Orem remains perfect in Region 7. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time for more high school basketball here on KSL Sports Rewind. Good night, everybody.